Red flowers bring bold romance and striking contrast to a cottage garden. They speak the language of warmth, passion, strength, and timeless romance. Planted thoughtfully across the seasons, they don't just color your garden, they tell a story. A story of love letters written, of summer heat and spring promises, of a garden that feels alive with feeling. Do you want a garden of red flowers? Or do you just want to add in a few? Let's wander through the seasons and find out. Red tulips are like the first heartbeat of spring, elegant, upright, and full of promise. In a whimsical cottage garden, they burst through the soil like little heralds of warmer days, and they shine when planted in gentle clusters or drifting through the beds like brush strokes of an old painting. Try planting them in casual clusters for that painterly, untamed look. Tulip bulbs are favorites of squirrels and voles. Use wire mesh or plant with deterrents like crushed gravel or garlic. Snip off spent blooms to prevent the plant from putting energy into seed production. With layers upon layers of ruffled petals, red peonies feel like the over-the-top romance of a vintage novel. Their blooms are brief but unforgettable, just like the kind of fleeting beauty that defines cottagecore's appreciation for the moment. Tuck them into borders near walkways so you can admire their charm and fragrance up close. Peonies don't like to be moved, so choose their spot carefully. Use plant supports or hoops to keep heavy blooms from flopping. Red poppies feel like something out of a dreamy storybook. Delicate, fluttering petals dancing on slender stems. They bring a touch of wild poetry to the whimsical garden, especially when they pop up in unexpected places. In a cottage garden, they work beautifully when scattered through meadows or tucked between taller flowers, adding that carefree natural rhythm we love. They're fleeting, yes, but unforgettable, like a whispered secret from the garden. If you want to save seeds, let a few pods mature and dry on the plant. Harvest when the pods turn brown and rattle. Red clematis paints the garden with upward strokes of color, clinging gently to arbors, trellises, and cottage walls. The blooms look like watercolor stars, soft edged, graceful, and perfectly placed. They dance with the breeze and wrap the garden in quiet charm. To encourage healthy growth and abundant blooms, clematis benefits from regular feeding. For more detailed information, visit my blog post on clematis. The link will be in the description. There's nothing quite like a red rose in a whimsical cottage garden. Timeless, fragrant, and full of feeling. They climb, sprawl, and sometimes lean into the path like they're inviting you to pause and breathe them in. Whether tumbling over an archway or blooming in an old stone border, red roses add that storybook romance, the kind you find in old letters pressed between pages or growing wild by the garden gate. After blooming cycles, feed with a balanced fertilizer like 10-10-10 mix, or a fertilizer made specifically for roses. Bee balm blooms like tiny red fireworks, vibrant, lively, and full of character. Exactly the kind of energy a whimsical cottage garden welcomes. With its unique petals and irresistible nectar, it invites bees, hummingbirds, and joy into the garden. Plant it where you want that sense of joyful movement. Cut back stems to just above a leaf node to tidy the plant and possibly promote a second bloom. Every 2 to 3 years, divide clumps in spring or fall to rejuvenate and control spreading. Leave stems standing over winter for wildlife interest, then cut back in early spring before new growth appears. Red geraniums are a classic sight on cottage windowsills and porch steps. Whether spilling from terracotta pots or brightening up a planter, they bring cheerful old-world charm to your outdoor spaces. Their tidy blooms and scalloped leaves feel nostalgic, like something from a grandmother's whimsical garden, and they fit right into the cottagecore love of simple pleasures and potted beauty. Pinch or trim back leggy stems to maintain shape and promote bushiness. The Cardinal Flower glows like a flicker of firelight in the garden, tall, vivid, and enchanting. Its rich red spikes often bloom in the quiet corners of a cottage garden, near damp soil or tucked beside a shady path. It has a woodland fairytale quality, like something you'd find growing beside an enchanted stream. If you're lucky, you might spot a brilliant red cardinal perched nearby, creating a whimsical scene that feels straight out of a painting, a moment of stillness and wonder among the blooms. They are a short-lived perennial, but will self-seed or spread by offsets if happy. Cardinal flowers are magnets for hummingbirds, butterflies, and other pollinators. Red zinnias are bold, cheerful, and incredibly easy to love. In a whimsical cottage garden, they bring a playful energy. the kind that belongs in late summer picnics and sun-warmed afternoons. They're perfect for cutting, gifting, or just letting the butterflies enjoy. Zinnias are perfect for cut flowers. Cutting them actually stimulates more blooms. Dahlias are the grand finales of the cottage garden, blooming in bold layers just as summer begins to slow. Red dahlias in particular feel like velvet in flower form. Their intricate petals and deep color add richness and structure. Whether nestled beside weathered fences or filling out an overflowing border, they bring a sense of late season magic, the kind that invites you to linger just a little longer. Nasturtiums are the playful wanderers of the cottage garden, spilling from pots, climbing trellises, or weaving through borders with cheerful abandon. Their round leaves and glowing red blooms feel sun-kissed and carefree, like something from a summer picnic in a meadow. They're charmingly edible, loved by pollinators, and they bring that touch of joyful whimsy cottage gardens do best. Unexpected, effortless, and full of life. Coneflowers bring a quiet strength to the cottage garden. Sturdy stems, daisy-like blooms, and a wild, whimsical beauty that feels like home. The red varieties add a deeper warmth to the garden's palette, blending perfectly with golden grasses. They have that effortless just picked from a meadow charm, and they invite bees, butterflies, and the gentle hum of summer to linger. In a space where nature is meant to feel close, coneflowers are a perfect companion. Leave seed heads for winter interest and wildlife. Finches love the seeds. Red daylilies burst into bloom with bold sunlit joy. Each flower only lasts a day, a reminder of nature's fleeting beauty, but the plant blooms for weeks. In red, they add a lively warmth to the whimsical summer garden, fluttering among softer hues with a gentle, carefree spirit. Their arching green leaves and endless blooms bring movement to garden borders or ponds, creating that lovely lived-in look cottage gardens are known for. Resilient, abundant, and quietly enchanting, they feel like sunshine captured in petal. Feel free to visit my Red Flower blog post, where you can also find the Red Flower planting guide for you. Every 3 to 5 years, divide crowded clumps in early spring or fall to rejuvenate the plant and encourage blooms. Red sunflowers offer a moody vintage twist on a classic. In a cottage garden, they add height and drama, towering over lower blooms and gently nodding in the breeze. Their rich tones feel like late summer in full bloom. When the light hits just right, they glow with a quiet kind of magic. Whether planted in a row by the garden gate or scattered among vegetables and flowers, they bring joy, bees, and a touch of whimsical nostalgia. Avoid overhead watering once plants are tall. It can cause mildew. With their velvety petals and glossy leaves, they thrive in shaded corners, brightening up porches, window boxes, and tucked away nooks with quiet charm. In the whimsical cottage garden, they're like little jewels that linger into autumn, softening the space as the season begins to turn. Perfect for pots and even lovelier when paired with mossy stone and a well-worn bench. Water at the base of the plant to keep foliage dry and avoid mildew or rot. Remove spent blooms regularly to encourage new flowers and prevent mold. Red flowers are bold and beautiful. Whether they tumble through borders or peek out from a single pot, they bring charm, warmth, and a touch of whimsy to the everyday. In the world of cottage gardening, it's these small, heartfelt details that turn a patch of earth into a storybook.